Hey everybody, we hope you had an awesome holiday season and are off to a great, happy, and healthy 2021. Today we are going to be replaying one of our favorite interviews with Gustavo Ortega-Oyarzun, the mastermind, the genius mixologist behind all of your favorite cocktails at La Cava del Tequila over at the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot. We wanted to share this with you because this was our very first interview that we ever had on the show. And this year, like we said in our last episode, we are going to be finding all the best that Florida has to offer when it comes to subject matter experts for all of your favorite places in paradise. So stay tuned for more and enjoy a replay of this week's episode.
Tired of the everyday grind? Want to get away from it all? Descent into paradise. Florida.
Greetings, everybody, from sunny Florida. Here's wishing you the best of everything. And it's my personal belief that the best of everything comes from right down here.
Well, hey everybody, this is Steph from JustADayInParadise.com, and welcome to episode 18 of Just a Podcast in Paradise. Me and the Dip Crew love living in the Sunshine State, and it's our goal to help you plan for your very own day in paradise. Follow along as we explore the Keys, theme parks, springs, and everything in between. As you know, we love to enjoy an adult beverage or two while we hang out with you guys, and today's cocktail is inspired by the mastermind behind some of your favorite Disney lounges, so be sure to check out our social media for the recipe if you want to drink along. We're ready if you are, so kick up your feet, throw on your shades, and let's take a trip to paradise. Hi guys.
Hey.
Hey, we've got Megan and Garrett back in the Stew studio. Stew studio.
So they know who we are.
You know,
They do. I think they know what this is.
I love our intro song.
It's pretty good, right?
I just vibe.
It really gets you in the mood.
Play
Yeah.
Yeah.
it.
No matter what's going on, paradise kind of just
Who composed it?
melts away. Well, I did.
Very
I mean, I don't want to
impressive.
brag. Actually, okay, I screwed and chopped it. But the backbeat that you hear is from, Soulfire Productions.
And
Soulfire, spelled F-A-Y-A-H.
And tell the audience how much you paid for that song.
I got a really good deal.
Yeah.
So $27 for the beat.
$27,000.
Yeah, so as you can see, we need you to check out our Patreon to support the Dip Crew so we can pay off that song.
You wouldn't have that awesome song.
Right, exactly. So today we have a very exciting show. We've got Megan and Garrett with us, and in just a little bit, we're going to have a special guest. A very special guest.
Really?
Yep. It's
Wow.
a surprise. I know. I'm pretty excited. But first I thought I could paint a little picture and help teleport you to my favorite pavilion in Epcot. You guys know what it is.
It's dark.
Yeah.
It's always nighttime there.
Yeah. It's
And
Mexico.
there's a really
Mexico.
fun ride there.
There is. So, for you guys at home, I want you to close your eyes unless you're driving. I'm going to paint you a picture. So, imagine it's a beautiful summer day. It's hot, but not humid, maybe like 86 degrees, nice breeze. You enter the World Showcase from the left, which is, of course, the correct way to enter the World Showcase, and you come upon an enormous Mesoamerican pyramid. You walk up the steps, get inside, and lo and behold, you are transported to a bustling Mexican marketplace in the middle of the evening. The air is cool. There's beautiful twinkling lights overhead, colorful handmade art, the smell of chimichangas waft past your nose, and you see a beautiful river off in the distance. It's time to explore. Can you guys see it? Can you feel it? Are you there
feel
with
it.
me?
I
Oh my
can
god, I got the
definitely feel
chills.
I'm emotional.
Yeah.
Did you write
I almost
that?
wept. I did.
You wrote that.
I did write it.
Only someone who's really experienced and appreciated it.
This
could
place,
write that.
I mean,
It is incredible.
it's incredible.
And I don't think I ever appreciated it till I was older. Just because, I just wanted to run. Epcot was, my least favorite day when I was a kid. I was like,
Yeah.
it's
It's
lame.
not
I don't want to
so
go
much
to
for
Epcot.
kids. Yeah.
Because there weren't that many rides, all that kind of stuff. But, when I got older, now, you guys brought me there for the first time when I was over
As an
21.
adult, yeah.
And it was amazing.
Oh, it's incredible. It's like you literally forget that you're at a theme park. You think you're in, Mexico. I was going to say another world, but Mexico's of this world.
And I will say that ride is so, I don't know if it's underrated, but it's one of my favorites just because it's like a dark ride. I like the vibe. I love, Donald Duck's my favorite character from Disney.
Oh, really? That's
do,
cool.
do an impression for us.
You have a
I
Donald Duck?
cannot.
Why don't you try? He's your favorite.
I feel like you're going to spit all over the microphone if you try to.
It's not bad.
I'm better than Mickey.
something. Well, this took a turn. This took a weird turn. But what I love about this pavilion is really, it has everything. It has everything. It's also funny how Mexico, being our neighbor, there's something familiar about the culture, but also it feels a little exotic. You know, like it doesn't really feel like that close to us, but it is. What I love about this pavilion is the wide variety of shops to meander and things to do. You have the Grand Fiesta boat tour that Garrett was talking about. You can even kind of see pseudo fireworks in there. They're not running fireworks right now at Epcot, so you could ride the Grand Fiesta tour and get your fix. You have the San Angel Inn for some amazing food, and you can even sit in the San Angel Inn and watch some of the boats go by as you eat, which is pretty cool.
Also, just about the boat ride, it's starring the 3 caballeros.
That's true. That's Mexican for cowboy. Well, I guess Spanish for
They're
cowboy.
all birds?
No,
They
it's
are.
Donald Duck. Yeah, it's Donald Duck and who are the other?
There's Donald Duck. There's
The 2 birds.
like a parrot
They're
and like a
birds.
cardinal. One's Jose?
Probably.
Or am I thinking of the bird from the Enchanted Tiki Room?
I'm Googling it.
All right, let's find out. We gotta know this stuff. This is critical.
Who are
Tip
the
critical.
3 caballeros?
That
Hey,
could,
do you know the song?
no.
The 3 caballeros, 3 gay caballeros. They fly just like birds of a
3
feather.
gay
They're gay.
caballeros?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're happy.
Wow. Before its time.
Right. It was very, very trailblazing, very progressive.
So it's Donald Duck paired with his old friend
Poncho.
Jose Carioca,
It was Jose.
the cigar smoking parrot from Saludos Amigos,
So maybe
who
not
represents
ahead of its
Brazil.
Yeah. Brazil.
time.
And then later, they're friends with a pistol packing rooster named Panchito Pistoles. who
Poncho. I
represents-
said Poncho. That was
Panchito.
close.
He
That
represents
was pretty
Mexico.
close.
That was a
Okay.
really good accent.
Yeah.
Good job.
Panchito. I love
Thank you.
that.
It's almost like I took 4
Nice
years
job.
of Spanish in high school.
I took 11 years and I don't know a thing.
How do you say, like, Mazel Tov in Spanish? I don't know.
I think it's just Mazel Tov.
I want it to be like, congratulations. Cumpleaños?
Yeah, I think that's like, I don't know.
I don't know. That's birthday.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut this all out.
There is, I think there's like a congratulations in Spanish. It sounds like congratulations.
That's confusing. When
One
that
place I did like that I didn't know was there was where they like make glass sculptures.
Yes, I
So
love that.
cool.
They blow glass all day long. I've actually like almost lost my sight staring into the glass blowers for so long.
No,
Yeah.
I was
No?
wrong. It's felicidades. Like,
Felicidades, Megan, for your Panchito accent. The real draw for me in the Mexico Pavilion, and where we've spent all of us several hours together,
The whole time.
is La Cava del Tequila, and it's always nighttime in there, so you don't have to worry about when you start drinking. You know when they say it's 5 o'clock somewhere? It wasn't Jimmy Buffett that said that. It was actually Panchito, and he was in the Mexico Pavilion.
I remember. I remember. I heard him say it.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and we're at the Cava del Tequila.
So let's talk. We're
Yeah.
going to talk more about what we can get at the La Cava del Tequila.
Yeah, tell us.
Oh,
Tell us
God.
why it's so
So-
special.
My favorite beverage that has stood the test of time. It has been
Oh my
something I've
gosh.
thought about for many years, and I'll never forget it. It's my destination cocktail at Epcot. We all know what it is. It's the Epcot Margarita. It's the Avocado Margarita.
It is the
It's the Epcot
avocado
margarita.
margarita. It's kind of turned into
It
our
is the Epcot, yeah.
margarita. It's so good.
It is good.
Yeah. So how would you describe it? Because
It's-
that sounds, the first time you hear it, that sounds disgusting.
It's kind of got a creamy
Yeah.
texture.
Yep.
It's not savory, and the flavor is really more like melon because they use a melon liqueur in it.
Yep.
And so it gets the green from the avocado, the creaminess from the avocado, but the melon flavor, it's sweet, not
so
too
good.
sweet.
The texture is so perfect.
It feels
Yeah,
relaxing, yeah.
I don't think I got one myself when we were there. I just had shots.
Yeah. The flights.
there
The
were
flights are
flights.
We
so
had
Tequila
good.
lots of
flights.
flights.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bank account didn't like me after that trip.
Do they have
You
any
definitely wanna
food
save.
other than like chips and guac and queso?
Last time we were there, it's just like the chips and stuff.
Yeah,
but
but they're
if you
good.
go
It's
next
really
door
good.
to San Angel.
Well, we were there for food and wine, so like it wasn't like we were eating.
right. Yeah.
I just wouldn't recommend showing up there in the beginning on an empty stomach. 'Cause
That's
you're
true.
Just getting chips, and they're good chips, but
They're only going to do so much for
you're
you.
gonna tank if you
Yeah,
have.
you might
just
want
that.
to eat, especially if you go for food and wine. You're going to pass a lot of booths on the way to Mexico, so you just stop
Well,
and
if
get a
you
little
go
bite.
that one way, but if you go the other way, no.
Still be some.
Yeah.
May not be the time to talk about it, but they didn't do flavors from fire this year. Food and Wine Festival.
R.I.P.
And I'm really upset about it.
That was my favorite booth of all time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. The corned beef. I don't know if you've heard us talk about it in previous podcasts.
I think we
Probably
have
at least 3 episodes.
But it is so delicious, and it's gone, and who knows if we'll ever get it back.
We'll call flavors from
Yeah,
But
you could just email Disney the way you email Taco Bell about your naked chicken
Yeah,
chalupa.
that's true. Taco Bell, if you're listening, Taco Bell. Taco Bell, I'm talking to you. Bring back the naked chicken chalupa.
All right. So do you remember any other drinks that you've gotten?
Just the flights.
Just the
I
tequila
really
flights.
pretty much just get the avocado margarita as my cocktail, and then the flights.
And then the flights. Yeah, they also have, I think it's a cantaloupe margarita. They have a spicy
ton.
margarita that's really good. They have. There's a whole book of different margaritas that you can try.
Somebody got a spicy margarita with it. It might have been me. It could have been me. I don't remember, but
And they
somebody
have,
had
like,
it.
a
'Cause I
blood
tried one.
orange
Oh
It was
yeah,
really
the
good.
blood orange. Yeah, and they're hefty. Like they're not.
They're big.
Tiny little
Oh, no,
margaritas.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
No,
really
they're
good.
big.
And you can get yours. You can sit and get a table, or you can take yours. They'll put it in a to-go cup, and you can walk around with
Yeah,
it.
That's
we
awesome.
sat
Yeah.
and we waited for a table.
We did
We
because I like the experience.
But it wasn't. Wasn't it like you didn't have a reservation? Didn't you have to like? It was like
yeah, you
first
can't
come,
make a
first served.
reservation. Yep, it's first come first serve. But they'll take your name, put it on a list, and then they'll find you a table. And there's some cool. Like it's a tiny spot, so you feel really
Big.
secluded. Yeah, you feel big in the spot. But it's cool. And then they have paintings all around that represent the process of how they make tequila. Like the guys with the agave plants and stuff. It's really cool.
Our producer would like to make reference to the Sangrita.
Oh, Sangrita. Yes.
This just in.
This just in from the producer. This is actually her favorite part of ordering tequila shots there. And they have a rather extensive menu of tequilas and mezcals. But you can order with a Sangrita on the side, which is not for me.
I like it.
I like
quite
to
enjoy
chase
it.
I don't
with
remember
something
that.
a little bit sweeter. It's sort of, how would you describe it?
Oh my
Megan?
gosh! Yes, I remember
It's
that.
kind of like
I would.
salsa.
It's yes, but like it's pure liquid. It's not chunky.
Right,
Yeah.
correct.
I was drinking those by themselves.
Yeah, they were delicious.
You were, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you take a
was
shot
drunk
of
and
the
had
tequila and the Sangrita. It's kind of like a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Or
It was.
Bloody
It
Mary.
was.
A great
Thank you,
chaser.
producer, for saying that because I forgot about that completely.
Yeah. So we've got a drink here with us that we whipped up. Megan and Garrett actually helped me whip this one up. This is a play off something that you can get down in Disney World that is called a Yucatan, a spicy Yucatan
Where do
margarita.
you get it, Stephanie?
We're going to find out in just a little bit. I'm glad
that's
you
so
asked,
weird.
Garrett.
Oh, wow. Cool.
But it's got Ancho Reyes, which is a liqueur.
I thought you were gonna say anchovies. I was like,
No, I wouldn't have a drink with anchovies in it. That's gross. But Ancho Reyes is a green chili liqueur. It's very delicious. A hint of spice. And then we have some orange and lime juice and tequila. What do you guys think of it?
It's a
I like it.
I like it. Yeah, it's refreshing with also being a little bit savory because of the green
spice.
chili.
Yeah.
So it might be for everyone because it's savory, but it's nice. It's like it feels warm. We're living that craft cocktail life.
That's right.
And I've never looked back.
Seriously. And I'm happy to tell you guys, we're actually going to take a short break. We're going to invite on our guest.
Oh my gosh.
And they're going to educate us on how to step our cocktail game up a little bit more and maybe even show you where you might have tried his cocktails already before.
Oh my god.
You guys ready?
I'm so ready.
Let's do this. All right, short break. We'll be right back.
Wow, playing frisbee on the beach is the best.
I know. What a great day for fun in the sun. Why don't you come join us, Garrett? I know how much you love ultimate frisbee.
You know, I'm actually gonna sit this one out, guys.
Garrett, that's not like you. Is something wrong?
It's just that, you know, it's really hot out, and my thighs, they're so clammy.
Oh, don't worry, bro. We've all been there. I've got just the thing in my beach bag. Try this balla powder.
Powder. Steph, isn't that for babies?
Not this powder, Gare Bear. Whether you're enjoying an actual day in paradise or just grinding away and daydreaming of your next dip to come, Balla body products for men will keep you feeling fresh, comfortable, and smelling great. The finest Italian talc blend with all natural essentials and fragrances that will keep you chafe-free and walking confidently wherever your journey through paradise takes you.
Wow, Steph, you're right. I've never felt so fresh and comfortable. I'm gonna wear this at the office.
And it smells good too.
All right, Garrett, go long.
Don't mind if I do, Steph.
Tired of the everyday grind. Want to get away from it all?
Sunny paradise. I didn't know.
Greetings from sunny Florida.
So, welcome back from our break, everybody. Today we have on a very special guest. He is currently owner of one of the best Mexican restaurants in Brooklyn, Casa Publica, and the founder of Art of Drink, based out of Miami. He is also the maestro of mixology and the creative consultant behind some of your favorite cocktails around Walt Disney World. We have with us Gustavo Ortega-Oyarzun. Welcome, Gustavo.
Thank you so much. How's everyone there?
Oh, we are so good.
So excited to have you.
Yeah, we're very excited. We recreated one of the cocktails that we found on your website under the Disney section, the Yucatan Spicy Margarita. It's delicious, first of all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm on
Thank
my
you so
second
much.
one.
Yeah. The anchovy.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Garrett drinks a little bit faster than us usually.
so let me drink fast so I can catch you guys up.
Yes, please do. But before we dive into the work you've done throughout Orlando and Miami, I'd love to help our listeners understand a little bit more about your life before you got into the art of cocktails and how that's influenced some of your work.
Sure. Well, I'm originally from Mexico, from a small town. It's called Celaya in the state of Guanajuato. That is where I grew up. I was raised there. And I had a lot of influence from my mom, which she used to cook a lot. But I went to architecture school. So it was something completely different. That's when I moved to New York. That was about 10 or more years ago. And I came for an architectural job. That's when I started working in restaurants. And I fell in love with the bar, with the restaurant industry, the restaurant industry, and that's how everything started.
That's so cool. That's such a cool story, and I love how you said that you used to help your mom in the kitchen, because I can remember, I'm actually from New York as well, and I can remember being a little kid and being like pulling on my mom, like trying to learn some things. So do you feel like she instilled any practices in you that you still use today?
Oh, definitely. Something that she taught me was always instead of cooking, she taught me how to eat. So in terms of how you mix things to create new products or new things. So for me, it was very interesting to see her cooking, but also see how she eats. Like the way that she had a plate and mix all the ingredients with well balanced, and each bite wasn't a whole experience.
Right. That is so cool. And I love too how you shared about your architecture school, because to me, like, cocktails are so much like food. It's first you eat with your eyes, and then you sort of craft, like you said, like what your mom does, the entire experience. So do you feel like the balance of artistry and mathematics have kind of lent itself to your career in mixology?
Yes, definitely. For me, making a cocktail is like building a house. So you need the structure, the underground structure, which is the spirit. Then you will have the walls, which is the modifiers or the liquors. Then you will have the painting, which is like some cordial syrups or any other ingredient that you can add. And then you have the decoration, which is the garnish. So for me, it's like pretty much the same basics.
I get it. It's like art. I love that. It's
yes.
I mean, and going back to kind of what you said before, like everything kind of pairs with specific things. So when it comes to food, also when it comes to drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Food, so.
You need both of them together.
Yeah.
Well, you'd like both of them together.
Exactly.
Anyway, for
and
sure.
they accent each other.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And also something that I love it is making a cocktail for a specific customers and filling their needs. So I specialize in architecture. I specialize in furniture. So I love to make furniture for for the houses that I used to make. But it took me a couple months to make this specifically furniture for someone, and it was kind of interesting the process. Sometimes they didn't like it. Sometimes it wasn't what they expect. So it took me a long time to have that process. While making a cocktail is I can make it in 5 minutes. And if the customer doesn't like, I can modify it really quick and have the same feeling of the customer when they try it. That emotion, it's exactly the same. So it's way cheaper and faster. So
yeah, cheaper for sure. Depending on you use the tippity top of the shelf, but that's so funny that you say that because they're if you have your favorite piece of furniture in the house, for me, I have a sofa that has a recliner on it, and I always find myself, even if I try different spots in the house, that is my spot. I feel like furniture is a pretty intimate item, especially if it's in your home or you have it custom made. And there's some drinks that can kind of bring you back to a moment or, kind of feel like home. And it's funny that you shared about the furniture because a little bit earlier in the show, Megan shared about the Avocado Margarita. And for us, the avocado that you have down at Epcot is that's
the
home
Epcot
for us.
cocktail.
Yeah. When we drink that, we're oh my gosh, we're here. So it's obvious that the level of care that you put into your furniture, you also have in your cocktail. So we thank you for that.
No, thank you. Yes, I appreciate that you like it.
Oh, yes. My gosh. I could go for one right now. But so for me, someone that's moved through different spirits over the course of my life, I find one spirit that I hang on to. Right now, it's really just tequila pretty much exclusively. When I was younger, I used to drink vodka. I thought it was a little bit easier to drink. But now if it doesn't have tequila in it, I really don't want it. And I've heard people say that tequila is healthier for you and that it doesn't really have the kind of sugar that other spirits have. Do you think that that's true, that tequila really doesn't give you hangovers or is a little bit healthier of a spirit?
Yes, it is. Actually, it's scientifically proved that all the agave spirits they don't give you hangovers. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, and a lot of people have this misconception about tequila when they were when I was young, my first time that I drank with my friends was with tequila, and I got wasted, like everyone, I'm pretty sure, right? and I hate tequila because it probably was a really bad and shitty, not even 100% tequila,
right?
And even smelling it was terrible for me. So it took me a lot of years to understand. And now that everyone has more chance to buy good tequilas and that approach between the product that is making in Mexico, which is 100% agave in terms of any spirit, it's way easier to find it right now in the market. So my suggestion, and I always tell people, is okay, if you think that you don't like tequila, try a good one, because that is going to be something completely different. And going back what you say about the hangovers, the process when you drink, what happens is your liver needs to process the sugar and turn it into glucose. So your system can process it. So that is a function of the liver. That's it.
Right.
So what happened with other spirits, grains, sugarcane, vegetables like potatoes, it's very hard for some livers to process. So that's why you get hangovers. So, but with agave spirits, you start breaking the enzymes to convert that alcohol into glucose once that you drink it. With your saliva, that process starts. So it's really easy for the body to get rid of it.
Interesting.
The problem with mostly spirits as well is the sugar that you added.
Right.
So if you drink like a margarita with sugar or like artificial flavors or another artificial ingredients and stuff like that, you're gonna get a hangover, but it's not because of the spirit, it's because of the sugar that you drink.
Right.
So the best way to drink for me, the way that I like and the way that I suggest is just agave, like tequila, mezcal, raicilla, sotol, any agave spirit with water.
Oh, interesting.
So you literally you like drink it neat. If you like, you can add ice cube, the same way that people drink whiskey.
Right.
And just with water. And I can assure you, if you drink a whole bottle of tequila, you will be fine the next day.
I accept your challenge, Gustavo. I'll let you know how it goes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So let's get together and drink it.
Yes, totally. We totally should. But yeah, a lot of that we've done sort of, in trial and error. And it's funny, we have Megan here with us, and she used to not be able to keep up with us. We'd get like tequila flights or, have a few cocktails, like craft cocktails. And she would always want like the frou-frou sweet sugary drink. What was your go-to before?
Yeah.
A Long Island very often.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I wasn't friends with
Garrett wasn't around then to warn her, but and she would always feel sick. And then we kept saying, Megan, you gotta just have tequila, just have some straight neat tequila. And sure enough, she's cured.
It's a much better time.
It's a much better time, better for you.
What was it? Maybe 2 weeks ago we went out and all I had was tequila the whole night. And I woke up the next morning early to go to the beach with Megan, and I was like, I've never felt better in my life.
Yeah, you're a new person. You're rejuvenated. Yeah. So, and I think for a lot of people, people are learning that, especially with the internet and craft cocktails being so huge, tequila is becoming more and more trendy. And it's rapidly growing in popularity around the globe and is actually, I don't know if you know this, but it has become the second fastest growing category of spirit in terms of sales. Oh. So, and then with mezcal, of course, close behind. And I think that tequila almost used to have a taste for being like a party drink where you just take shots with your friends and have a good time. Like you said, that was your experience, first of all. But like you said, there's so much more to experience tequila and other agave spirits with that. And in fact, I learned while we were doing a little bit of research about you that you're an agave sommelier.
Yes.
I didn't even know that existed.
Well, it's I don't know if the word is like classify it like that, but I specialize in agave spirits because I always work, or mostly, in Mexican restaurants. So that's where I start working, and I start as a server, and then I moved to the bar, and I was a manager of a restaurant. Awesome. But mostly of the restaurants that I worked before were Mexican, and because I'm Mexican, I specialize in mostly all Mexican products. So that's why agave is one of them.
That's awesome. So do you find that I know you said that you'll make different cocktail recommendations based on the person that's in front of you. Do you feel like different types of tequilas or mezcals are suited to a different palate?
Yes, definitely. As you know, I like to make compare agave spirits with wines.
Okay.
Because you can pair a lot of kind of wines with the kind of the food that you're having. Even if it's Italian, Japanese, Mexican, Chinese, you will have specifically this a kind of wine from I don't know, could be thousands of kind of different wines. So it's the same with the tequilas and the mezcales, because as you know, to make tequila you need blue agave, first of all. But to make mezcal, there's around or more than 120 varieties of agaves, of green agave to make mezcal. So you can have even one plant, the same plant. For example, I would say like a madrecuche, which is a specific kind of agave to make mezcal. But it depends on the area, depends on the terroir, depends on the process. It's going to taste completely different from one brand to another.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the same as a wine. It's the terroir, the kind of the grape, the terroir, the process that is how it's made, and how is storage. So it
meaning
depends
like
on
the barrel that you're using?
Yes. Yep. So it's exactly the same with the agave spirit. It depends on the plant, the terroir, the process, the storage, and then the bottle. So it's a whole, like, even from like the same brand, sometimes it's very difficult for them to, with one batch that is different timing, it's probably going to taste different.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So,
yes.
So it's roughly it's kind of like the difference between just regular, whiskey or bourbon or rye whiskey or anything like that. It's all distilled the same type of way, but just a little bit different, essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So if in whiskeys you have different kind of whiskeys. So it also depends on the grains, depends how it's made, and mostly important in whiskey is the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly.
So cool. I didn't know that there was that much to it. That's so neat. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
And I always loved the opportunity to connect with an artist. And in my opinion, all mixologists are artists, but you are
Facts.
definitely very high up on our list of artisans. Which
Thank
is
you.
perfect. Of course, you're welcome. Because we discovered your brand, The Art of Drink. So tell us what you do at Art of Drink and how you design your salts to complement cocktails.
So everything starts when a couple of years ago, when I started working in the bars, I started working with some brands.
Okay.
And I get into a different contest. I was in one of the most famous contests is a world class by Diageo. So I went to this one, and I went to a different one, and I learned that some of the also mixologists or bartenders that I was competing with, they were developing their own brand somehow. So I had a friend who drew my logo, which is pretty much my face.
Yeah, I love it. It's so cool.
I'm actually on the website right now. I love it.
Yeah.
It's clean. It's easy to read. I love it.
So, and he did that logo for me. After that, I decided to name it Art of Drink, but it was just for doing consulting to restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And then I won also a competition to become the mixologist for La Cava del Tequila.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That was a contest, and the finalists, we were around 5 bartenders. So the contest was nationwide, and the finalists, we were, I think, 5 bartenders from New York. One of each bartender was like sponsored from a different brand, and I was invited by Casa Dragones.
Oh, that's a great brand. I have a
Yes,
friend that's
I love
sponsored by them as well. Very cool.
Yeah, so they suggest me as a bartender to compete, and that's what happened, and I won. So I became the mixologist for the Mexican Pavilion in Epcot, and I started working with them with another brand, with another places. Sorry. So Art of Drink became something different because besides doing consulting, was also making like a specific kind of cocktails for all the restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And I started designing the sauce for these cocktails.
Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah, and that's how we started. And it became very popular, mostly La Cava, and also La Cava, Hacienda Angelina, all the restaurants in the Mexican Pavilion
Mm-hmm.
and Epcot. it became very popular, the sauce that we're using. So, and I took that as an opportunity to make different kind of sauce and start selling it on the site.
Right. Yeah, of course. And
So, I mean, anyone that are listening to this podcast can go to outofdrinknyc.com, which is also my Instagram. It's at outofdrinknyc. And they can go and you can order all the sauce online.
Yeah, which is great because, especially right now, depending on what part of the world you're in, a lot of people are needing to be their own bartender. So if you want to level up your game, definitely go to artofdrink.com. And I have artofdrink.net as well. Is that different?
Well, outofdrink.net was, it's like the whole umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to outofdrink.net, it says you can visit my website and see what I'm doing. And also you can go to outofdrinknyc.com, which is just specifically for the sauce and the cocktails that we're making. Like we also have Mi Cocktail NYC, which is something that we just developed here during the pandemic, where we are making cocktails to go, which is
yeah, I saw that. Those look so good.
Yeah, so it's just in the New York City area because I deliver personally.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That's really good. Awesome. We have some friends in NYC, so we'll tell them to give you a call.
And to think
Oh,
you
yes,
hadn't
definitely.
entered that competition.
I know,
we never
yeah,
would
and
have had the
thank you
avocado
for entering
margarita.
that competition because you've changed our lives, absolutely. And I think, like a lot of listeners, a lot of our listeners especially are huge Disney Parks fans, and we posted a little teaser about getting to meet with you today, and already people were super enthusiastic around getting to connect with you. So I know that they want to know specifically, what drinks did you have your hand in that they can go taste throughout the parks, especially now that we have Food and Wine Fest running. There's going to be a lot more traffic there.
Well, there's one specific drink that you need some must. It's something that I start working with a new product made by Casa Lumbre. So Casa Lumbre is one of the biggest companies. I'm pretty sure you heard of the product, which is Montelobos Mezcal, Ojo de Tigre. They have Ancho Reyes,
Yep.
which is a chile ancho liqueur.
That's what we're drinking tonight.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. And now they had two new products. One is, it's called Nixta, which is a corn liqueur.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It comes in one of the most beautiful bottles that I ever seen in my life because it's a corn.
Wow.
The bottle it's a corn. It's brown, beautiful. The bottle is amazing, and the inside of the bottle is way like you need to go and buy it. You can mix it with pretty much anything instead of using like triple sec or control, which it has like very tart flavor. You can use Nixta, so it will balance your cocktail perfectly.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So with this new product, I developed something that is called popcorn, pink popcorn. Sorry.
Pink popcorn.
So pink popcorn.
Okay.
So this drink, we started with a recipe which was mezcal, cucumber, Aperol, Nixta liqueur, and lemon.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a pink, and then we start working and we developed one specifically for La Cava del Tequila. It's Ojo de Tigre Mezcal, Nixta liqueur, pomegranate cactus juice, and lemon.
That sounds delicious.
It's so good. And also, it comes with a glass rimmed with popcorn salt.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you got all of our attention. That is so neat.
Yes.
Oh, especially
So
in the heat. That sounds delicious.
Yes. So the salt, it tastes like popcorn.
Oh, so cool. We
made
have to go
by
try
cocktail.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, Garrett and Megan have reservations for, when was it, guys?
What?
For your reservations that you just
For
made.
Disney?
Oh, for Disney.
September
Oh,
14th and 15th.
Okay, so
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So
we made
they-
a restaurant reservation today. and it threw me off.
yeah, so they're definitely gonna, if as long as they are able to make it into Epcot, because it's been pretty tough with all the restrictions on.
We will be going to Mexico.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's always the first
majority of
step.
the day.
Yeah, so it's cool. So thank you for sharing that. And I think a big reason that a lot of people enjoy going to Disney parks, especially Animal Kingdom and Epcot, is the feeling of being able to explore cuisine and culture in a more approachable and convenient way. And for so many, it's a lot easier to go through the World Showcase than it would be to stop around 11 countries across the globe, And
Yes.
so, in your opinion, especially in Mexico, how authentic of an experience is it really? And why would you recommend visiting La Cava del Tequila at least once?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Of course,
I
yeah.
guess a little bit.
Yeah, so especially in Mexico, how authentic of an experience is this really, and why would you recommend visiting La Cava del Tequila at least once? So the Mexican Pavilion, do you feel like it's an authentic experience?
Oh, it's 100% authentic. Starting from like the place, it's beautiful. It's all I'm pretty sure all you know already.
Oh yeah.
The decor, the service, the people who work there. It really brings the authenticity of Mexico from the service. The food is amazing. The chefs that they work there are extraordinary because they're doing an excellent job. And that was something very difficult to me because I want to pair all the cocktails and the spirit list with that quality that they had already. So it was something very interesting and very hard to try and to work with because I want to be at that level. So, and I guess we did a good job.
Oh my gosh, yes, the best job. We were musing before you got on that there's something about being in the Mexican Pavilion, especially at La Cava, that the whole rest of the park just melts away. Like you feel like you've been absolutely transported. You could lose track of time there. You could meet new people. And to me, that's kind of what traveling is about. So you've totally brought that to life. And the tequila definitely helps.
Yeah, and even with like Hilda, Humberto, or like they're the best the tequila and mezcal ambassadors that you can even meet. They will give you their heart with experience, and they will answer all the questions that you have. So it's a whole experience. It's not just that you go to try something. It's like you go to feel it, and it's amazing.
Yes, I totally agree. So thank you so much for answering our questions. We do have one segment left that I warned you about, where we try to offer all of our listeners some kind of professional tips and tricks for when they're traveling around the state or when they want to bring a little bit of Florida home with them. So here we go. It's tips and dip.
Tips and dip.
Tips and dip.
Tips and dip. Tips and dip. Tips and dip.
Perfect. It's tips and dip. All right, guys, take it away. What questions do you have for Gustavo?
Gustavo, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't laugh during that. Just saying. Okay.
That's hazing for being on the show.
Go ahead.
So, depending on where you are in the world and your comfort level with going outside, like Steph had said, there are a lot of folks that are trying their hand at being head bartenders at home. So we've got a few questions to see what advice you have for our amateur mixers. Kind of like myself and Garrett, we're not the most experienced.
We try.
Yeah, we definitely try. What are 3 or 4 staples that you think every liquor cabinet needs?
3 or 4 liquors?
It's just staples. It
Like
could be
a-
anything.
Like
really.
a bitter,
Oh.
a mixer, it's just something that we
Anything.
have to make a good cocktail.
Sorry. Okay. Well, for me, one of the most important things is ice.
Of course.
I didn't
Just
see
good,
that coming.
Good
Yeah.
carved ice.
Yeah.
I don't have an ice maker, so it's good to know.
Yes, we
Get a
don't.
nice tray.
Because
It's a good idea.
it's not about, well, it's better always if you have big ice.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can buy these trays to make big ice cubes. If you don't have them, try to use wisely the ice that you have, because dilution in a cocktail, it's like 50%.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened in most places is a lot of people doesn't know how to use it, and that is going to affect the final flavor. So for me, the first one will be ice. The second one, obviously, good spirit.
Right.
So there's some brands that you can use to drink as neat, as I said, or there's some good brands to mix it. The third one is always have a good selection of liqueurs.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, if you have a couple like good vermouths,
yep,
like Campari, Aperol, those aperitifs, Italian aperitifs is always a good choice. Always have there's as I said, orange liqueurs, but good brands. If you want to be a little bit more fancy, you can use like Grand Marnier.
Mm-hmm.
So, and bitters, like the fifth, but it's going to be like, definitely you need good bitters
mm-hmm.
and you need good syrup. Yeah. So always make your syrups with good sugar.
You're meaning if we make it at home?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make it at home, try to use like a mascabado sugar or some kind of sugar that is going to bring, besides the sweetness, is going to be some flavor and structure to the drink.
Like a raw sugar, like Terramana?
Yes,
versus like regular white sugar.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yes.
I never even considered that. I've always used white sugar, but that makes so much more sense.
I've done it. I've like created my own simple syrup like once,
mm-hmm.
and like it made the cocktail so much better.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, you could totally get. I could see how you're saying get more of a depth of flavor, like that, almost like not a burnt taste, but it's like it's a deeper flavor for sure. That makes sense.
All right, here's one for you. Now, are there any specific tools that we as amateurs should add to our arsenal when it comes to mixing these cocktails?
Yes, definitely a good shaker.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most. A good strainer. There's some brands on the market that you can find. If you want, there's a lot of brands, but my suggestion, if you go to Cocktail Kingdom, I think it's
I'm bookmarking that right now.
Garrett's already going.
You will find like the basic tools, strainers, jiggers, shakers, bar spoons, glass.
I love
glasses
this website already.
To make obviously like dry drinks like old-fashioned Negronis, all these.
Wow.
There's always good to have a nice glass, but you can find mostly like in a good price, and they will send it right away.
Yeah, it's not bad on the website.
I know Garrett and I bought a cheap mixer not that long ago, and we were shaking up the drink, and it all busted out the side.
That was because I had a few to drink, and I accidentally put soda water.
The mixer.
I put soda water in it.
I'm taking notes.
Don't worry, it happened to everyone, including us.
Yeah.
It was my birthday, and we had left dinner, and we had to get a mixer.
It was an emergency mixer.
It was an emergency mixer.
Exactly.
We didn't have time to order
we'll
one.
check out Cocktail Kingdom for sure.
I love that. Thank you for the tip.
I'm already on it, and I love it.
So there are a lot of high-priced tequilas out there. Do you ever think it's worth spending the extra money? Like, are there any bottles you would recommend that are high-priced and high flavor?
Well, this is kind of a tricky question because I know that a lot of people like the most common and the brands that they can get everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But they need to be careful about what they're drinking because a lot of very famous brands they use flavors. They add flavors to the tequila.
Oh.
I don't want to get into brands,
Sure.
but some of them they add, like for example, vanilla.
Okay.
So for a lot of people, if they drink it, it's going to be really good because it tastes like vanilla, but it's not a natural flavor.
Right.
So you will find an amazing brand. I mean, I'm thinking right now like Casa Noble, Ambar, Tequila Ocho, like in the tequila sites. Those are like, I will say, I mean, Casa Dragones, it's a really good brand. So these brands are a good price and an amazing flavor.
That's awesome. We're gonna have to go get a couple.
Yeah,
of
and these brands that you mostly gonna find in the market. But definitely, like if people have questions about, they can text me, they can send an email, we can answer all the questions that people have about specific brands, or they can go to La Cava Tequila and ask for Humberto Anila, and they will answer everything.
Oh, perfect! Nice. I know we'll be asking for them next time. Yeah.
I wanted to add one question to what we're gonna ask you, because you were talking about good tequilas. Have you had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Terramana tequila yet?
Actually, I did.
What do you think?
Yes. I tried with Javier from La Cava, and it is really, really good.
I've never been able to like drink a tequila just like by itself very easily, other than like when we're just taking shots, and like this was fine. Like it was fine, and I was surprised.
Big fan.
Me too.
Garrett likes anything by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, though. So
yeah, of course.
Very good. So I've got one last question for you. I know that you've done a lot of work in Miami, and we have a lot of listeners that travel to Miami. Do you have a place that you love, like a great cocktail bar there, or anywhere that you have to go every time you're in the city?
Yes. There's a couple places that I like. The last time I was there, because I was there like 3 weeks ago, I went to this taqueria. It's called La Santa Taqueria.
Okay.
Right now, for me, it's one of the best tacos in Miami. And I tried the michelada with cerveza Tulum, which I had it before, but it was like, I didn't remember the flavor, but it's so good. So you have to go ask for the Villamelon tacos are one of the best tacos I ever tried.
Awesome.
With a michelada with cerveza Tulum. And we are going to be doing something in a couple months in Miami. We're having a project over there. Yes.
That's awesome. You have to let us know, and we'll share it on our page so that our listeners can get over there.
And we're not too far.
Yes.
I mean,
we'll go too.
What are you talking about? We'll go.
But definitely let us know.
Yeah, we have a Mexican venue, and I'm helping with the consulting for the place, the drinks, everything, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a surprise. I can't tell you that much.
That's okay. We love surprises.
But if you stay tuned, you're gonna figure out.
Absolutely.
And maybe we can meet and have a drink there.
There we go. Yeah,
Awesome.
I think we owe you a shot.
For sure.
At this point. Yeah.
Of only high quality tequila.
The highest quality that you recommend, and then we'll give it to you. We'll give it right back.
We'll just buy it.
Yeah.
We'll show us what you get.
Right.
Yes.
Well, Gustavo, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us today. Like I said, there are so many people that just appreciate all the work that you've done in curating these cocktails. And tell us again where they can find you on social media.
Okay, so you can find me at Adult Drink NYC. That's my Instagram and my Twitter, and you can go to outofdrink.net, and then you can find everything that I did, or like my website, and also the salts. You can go there as well.
Well, you just got a new follower, just letting you know.
You're Garrett's your new best friend. So thank you again so much. We appreciate you.
No, thank you.
And we will stay in touch and let us
Absolutely.
know when that secret is out in Miami, because we'll be sending everybody there.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, let's keep in touch. We're gonna have a lot of surprises for you from La Cava, from all the Mexican Pavilion, different restaurants, and now this new project in Miami.
Awesome.
We are looking forward to that.
Very
Perfect.
excited.
Yes, very excited. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you. Have a good one.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye-bye. All right, how fun was that?
It was awesome.
That was great.
Right?
The
Loved
man
it.
knows his stuff.
No
I
kidding.
learned how to drink better.
I didn't know he was an architect. That's so cool. He's
I
like
know.
obviously like always a creative person.
Right, exactly. And
Yeah.
you know, it's funny that you say that because he said that his mom taught him how to eat better, and Gustavo taught us how to drink better.
I'm very
It came
excited
full
Gustavo.
circle.
to meet him in person
Oh
someday.
yeah, I hope we get to because wow, I knew I loved him before I met him.
Yeah.
It's
Great
like
guy.
that Savage Garden song. All right, guys, it is time for our Just a Day in Paradise Trivia Challenge. You are playing for one of our sweet sticker packs that represent some of our favorite places in Florida. Here we go. The grand opening of Coronado Springs' new high-rise tower was back in July of 2019. The tower features 16 floors and 545 guest rooms with 50 suites. With the opening of the tower comes a new arrival and reception experience for the whole resort, featuring a dramatic 2-story lobby. Toledo, the Tapas Steaks and Seafood Lounge, and Dahlia Lounge on the rooftop of the tower offer amazing eats and delicious libations with panoramic views. Gran Destino Tower takes its name from the surrealistic Disney animated film Destino by Walt Disney, and what renowned surrealist artist? Do you guys know? You can't say, but do you know?
I'm not sure.
It is
Could I hear it again?
the whole thing. It is.
It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
It's not Leonardo DiCaprio. If you think you know the answer at home, let us know on Twitter at The Dip Crew or email me at steph@justadayinparadise.com. We will select one winner at random and shout you out on our Instagram story. Good luck. Okay, everybody. Thank you for tuning into Just a Podcast in Paradise. We know you have your choice of travel podcasts, and boy, do we thank you for choosing to travel with us. We would love it if you would subscribe so you don't miss an episode because, my gosh, they just keep getting better and better. Am I right, Garrett?
Every single week, Steph.
Every week. We're
Every
setting
week.
the bar higher.
What do you think, Megan?
We're always gonna get
12
higher,
stars.
higher, too
12,
high.
12.
Every single
stars.
time. We're only at episode 18. Let's get higher.
Higher. You can also follow us on Instagram at Just Take a Dip for daily updates on what's happening around Florida, and check out our YouTube channel, Just a Day in Paradise, for destination ideas, restaurant reviews, unboxing things you might want to take on your next trip, and copycat recipes from some of our favorite places in Florida. We're wishing you a little bit of sunshine wherever you are, and we hope to see you in paradise soon. Say goodbye, everybody.
Drink some tequila for me, everyone.
Everybody take a
Shots,
shot.
shots.
Shots.
Peace.
Adios.
I wish we could have taken a shot with
Dang, why did we
Gustavo.
not do
Gustavo.
that?
Oh, we should have. We got to get him back on.
We gotta call him. All right,
We're on
Outro.
That's
Outro
it.
coming
Get him back
in.
on. Get him
Intro.
back on.